Hello. We'll just give it another minute, see if people join us. Hello. Hope you're all well. We're going to do some cartoon eyes today. So we're going to do a selection of different eyes. I've been mentioning over the last couple of weeks when we've been doing our sessions, when we've been looking at some of the cartoon characters, how you can make characters look happy, sad, angry, puzzled by the shape of the eyes and also the eyebrows. So I thought we'd just run through a few. Really easy. I'll give you a few ideas, maybe if you're trying to design your own characters and things like that. So we'll get started on a few. I'm going to draw quite a few on this piece of paper. I've got a couple of pieces of paper. So we'll start in this top left corner. I'm going to go over them in Sharpie as well. So this first one we're making, they're not quite full circles. They're slightly oval. And then we're going to do the pupil in the middle, and we're going to leave that white section out. And then this time we're going to have some eyebrows that are quite raised. So we're going for a kind of I guess it's a surprise type look. So let me just go over this now with a Sharpie. And you can add any of these eyes to any of your characters. They all tend to fit quite well with most types of characters. So hopefully we're going to fill this page with eyes. So we've got a sort of surprised look. The eyes are bulging. This next one we're going to do, I'm not sure what emotion this type of eye it definitely looks like a female. I guess kind of shady up to no good, possibly. And similar on this side as well. So we've got this ovally shape. Looks like some makeup or some eyeliner or something on the edge of the eye. Just going to make that eyebrow slightly more curved. Quite often if you bring the eyelids down so that we can see less of the eyeball and some of the eyes, you can create certain looks. You can make somebody look tired with that type of technique or that idea. In this case, this character looks like they're up to no good. Okay. Next one, two oval shapes, and they're going to meet in the middle. And we've got small eyebrows there, and then we've got a funny shaped pupil, and I'm going to show you why it's a funny shaped pupil in a second. We've got two reflection points almost, so we're just going to do a couple of sections that are being left white. So it's sort of a, I don't know, a maybe slightly surprised again, a puzzled type look to it. I'm just removing a couple of those lines that were in pencil. Okay, so next one, we're going to go for some kind of fairly ovally shaped eyes. Let's get them roughly the same size and shape. That's slightly small. And we've got a big round iris. That's the coloured part of your eye. And then the pupil with the section that is being left white. We're doing a couple of eyelashes on this character, and then some slightly smaller eyebrows. So these eyes would fit quite nicely on an animal type character if we were drawing a cat or something like that. I think they would look quite nice. And once you've got a rough idea of how we're drawing some of these eyes and how we're making them look different, you can play around with them, and when you're doodling, have a go at inventing some of your own. So we're going to start again on the left now. Let's have a go for a slightly surprised looking eye. So a slightly flattened circle, kind of an oval, but it's not quite an egg shape. And then our irises are sitting, they're not quite boz-eyed, but they're sitting more towards the centre. Round those edges off slightly. Keep the pen moving at all times, making sure that you don't bleed ink onto the paper and ruin it. Although it doesn't matter with rough paper, if you were doing this neatly and it was a piece of work you were handing in or it was for somebody, you don't want blotches of ink on the paper. Just going to take a couple of those pencil marks out there. Okay, so another female type character, similar to the one we did, but this time we're going to make the eyes a little bit flatter. Going to have some eyelashes on this one again, so it's a female character. We're going to put 3 eyelashes on there. Like our Simpsons characters, the female characters tend to have 3 eyelashes. We're going to have some raised eyebrows. Rather large pupils, and we're going to take out a section that we're going to leave white. Now what you'll notice when we put the shine in the eyeball, in the iris or just over the pupil, what you'll notice is, let me just do these eyelashes and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And this again just adds a sense of realism to your drawing. The white part that we've left is on the left hand side on both eyes. So the light source is coming from this left side, so this is the reflection point. If you look at all of the drawings that we've done, they all correspond. So this one here, it's coming from the left. They're all pretty much from the left. This one's from the right. So make sure that when you are leaving a white section out to show the highlight, that it's in the same place on both eyes. So if the light source was coming from the right, we might leave the white section over to the right there. Don't have them in different positions. Okay, we're going to do some really surprised looking eyes now then. So these would look good, I think, on maybe a Disney character. So egg shapes, 2 big egg shapes. And we've got some very high eyebrows. So they're really being raised. Just changing the shape slightly. We've got one of these strange pupils now. This has got 2 highlights, but again you'll see exactly what I was talking about. They're in the same position on both eyes. So let's start with that. So the highlight is going to be on this right side of the pupil. So as I draw this one now, I need to make sure that the highlight again is on the right hand side of the pupil. And that just gives it some continuity, it gives it some consistency on your drawing. Even though we're drawing cartoons and they don't necessarily look super realistic, we still want to get some realistic elements in there. So I've just changed what we call the weight of the line on this. I've pressed on really hard for the top part, and then I'm going quite softly for the bottom part, and it just changes the thickness of the line. And that's a skill to try and use when we're doing our cartoon drawing. It just adds another dimension and adds a little bit of detail in there. I'm going to rub those lines out now in the highlights, the pencil lines, and maybe that one above the eyebrow. So we've got some quite shocked looking eyes there. Okay, next one we're going to draw some they look quite evil and quite menacing, these eyes. So we've got a big heavy lowered eyebrow, and then we've got some quite small, that's not big enough. The eyes are quite small in comparison to the heavy eyebrows. We can see all of the iris on this one. I'm going to get these eyebrows to almost meet in the centre. And then just remove a few of those pencil lines that are still in there. So it's always important to do it with a pencil to begin with. Okay, we're going to do some different shaped eyebrows on this character's eyes. So some simple circles. Bit of a space in between. Slightly large pupils. And we're going to do some slightly bushy eyebrows for this character. Might need to thicken those up slightly when I use the pen. So again, we've completely changed the look of our character by giving it some different shaped eyebrows. I'm going to do a double highlight. You see the double highlight quite a lot if you're drawing anime characters or manga characters. That's quite prevalent in anime and manga animations. So if that's your thing and that's something that you want to do, it's something to have a look at. They do have. In actual fact, let's draw some anime eyes now. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to do almost a pill shape, a tic-tac shape for the eyes. Almost like a rounded edged square or rectangle. Now we've got some small eyebrows and it's all in the pupil, so the pupils are often, the irises are often very, very big, or the pupil in this case. And what we have is we have two highlighted areas, one big and one small. So when we fill that in now, you'll see what I mean. So fill out the rest of this pupil, leaving those two circles. And the same on the other side. You can add a tear or something to that if you wanted to make them look happy or sad. You might make a couple of these sort of surprise marks, these tear marks that come out from the edge, but that's quite often what we see with an anime character. Let's have a go at one with some glasses on. So we're going to do two semicircles with a flat top on the top of that. Eyebrows above the glasses. And then pupil in the middle, which will leave out some highlights in that. We're going to make a double thickness line on the top there for the top rim of the glasses. I might actually do a double thickness for all of that. You can change the shape of the glasses to suit yourself. And then we're going to do the pupil, and we're going to leave the top left corner white. Got a few on there. Let me get a new piece of paper and we'll do a few more. So let's have a go at slightly cross-eyed. And to leave that top left corner on the pupil white. So we've got kind of a puzzled cartoon character-y look to that one, maybe slightly cross-eyed. This character is going to be quite tired looking, so we're going to start with similar top eyelids. This time we're also going to put in the bottom eyelids. We've got some low eyebrows on this character because it's very tired, looks like they've just woken up, can barely open their eyes. So top and bottom eyelids, and then we're going to put the eyeballs in there. With the pupils, and we're just going to leave a little bit of white on there. And some eyebrows. So we've got a really tired character there. Looks like they need a cup of coffee to wake them up or something like that. So we can have an angry looking character. So we've got these pointed sort of top eyelids there going diagonally up and away from the eyes. Eyebrows are going to be in a similar angle. Pupils are towards the top of the eye. I'm going to put the shine onto the pupil to the right this time, so I'm going to make sure it corresponds on that side. So we've got an angry looking face with that one. Let's have a go for a winking eye now. Maybe this character's winking, maybe there's something in their eye, so we're going for top eyelids, and this eye's open, so we've got a big eye on this side, and this eye we're going to do a line across, which is going to indicate the bottom and the top eyelids closing. So this is the eye. We're going to have the character looking over towards the left with the shine on the left. And then our character's eyes closed on the right hand side, so a winking eye. Let's have a look at some eyes that are, again, kind of tired, slightly bloodshot eyes. If we had a red, haven't got a red to hand, I'll do the details in the eyes are red. So top eyelids, two big eyes, pupils slightly towards the top, downward pointing eyebrows. Okay, so let's get the basics in first. Let's put the shine. I'm always putting the shine up to the top left. I'll change it on the next one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some very lightly, some zigzaggy squiggly lines going in towards the pupil, and this just gives a kind of bloodshot effect, which makes this character look, again, really tired, really run down. And if I had a red to hand, I would have probably done those with the red to make it look slightly more realistic. I'm going to show you one with some tears in the eyes, some crying eyes now. Again, I would use blue for this if I was doing a cartoon, but I haven't got a blue to hand, so I'll leave it white. So we're going to have a similar effect to what we've just done. We're going to have these top eyelids quite close together, big eyes, downward facing eyebrows, pupils to the top, and then we're going to do some wobbly lines coming out, and out of that we're going to have a few teardrop shapes. I'm going to do the shine up to the top right on this one. Let's do some bushy eyebrows on this one. Completely change the look of the character. And then I'm just going to outline these tears. And now we've got a character that, again, is completely different in the look because we've just changed the eyebrows and we've added some tears. It's not dissimilar to the bloodshot eyes. So, there we go. We've filled a couple of pages up. Let's see if we can get them both in. And that's just playing around with shapes of eyes, pupils and eyebrows. A little bit of detail on some of these. And, you know, we've got 10, 15 characters there that we could build around the eyes. And, you know, we've maybe got a few animal characters in there. This character down here doesn't look like it would be out of place in a SpongeBob cartoon. This one as well, possibly. This one looks quite menacing. We could maybe have a baddie. I'm seeing sort of tentacles coming down from the face or something there. So it's a good starting point. Have a play around with those. It's really quite good fun to doodle some eyes sometimes, and they can make or break your drawing. So I hope you've enjoyed that one. I'd like to see some of your attempts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.